Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marathon Mondays with Mal. I'm here in the boutique at the mothership, Coburg, Oregon, where we build the best luxury RVs on the planet. Marathon Coach. Take a look at that new shirt. I love the new color. It's not really a new shirt, it's a new color. Very cool. In the boutique here, and you know, if you're ever on the West Coast, this is a good opportunity to come and take a look, not just at what Marathon does here, but the boutique, because a lot of you have talked about the shirts. And one of the things about a lot of the things you guys have talked about, that's what we're focusing on today. I get these emails and calls all the time about different things. I'm going to show you a few different things in a brand new Marathon Quad Slide H this morning. So stick with us. We're going to head out to that floor. I'm going to show you today in this coach my top 5 things that have hit me this morning based off of a few emails that I've gotten. So let's go inside. This is just a beautiful coach. This one is almost completed. As you can see, it's been decored. Everything is all set up. 1411 quad slide, very custom coach. And I'm going to show you a few things that really stand out. First of all, I love the two-tone. I turned all the lights on in this coach. So from the styles and the valances and the indirect lights, the ceiling panels, all of the lights that are underneath the cabinets, which we call accent lighting. It really gives you all kinds of options. Right now, every single option is on. So someone was asking me about options for lighting, and you can see with the guts blown in here with all the lights on, it's just awesome. Very cool. That's one thing I want to talk about. Number 2, I want to talk about the customization of this coach. One of the things that Marathon leads the industry in is listening to the customers. And I think that's an important thing that I don't talk about enough on the Marathon Monday show, is we listen to the customer. When the customer says, hey, I want my accent color to be, you know, this ice blue, okay? Or I really like the use of this, or I really want this. Take a look at these ottomans. This is a simple little thing, but look, we didn't just do matching leather to the actual sofas with that distressed brown leather. We did a two-tone ottomans. And I think I really like how that's an obvious nod to us doing a little bit more, because we could have just done all leather, which most of the people would say, yeah, that's great. But this two-tone really sets off this salon. I really love the look of it. Also, I like how our ottomans are solid surface on one side, and on the other side, you've got this leather that matches both sofas. This floor plan in this coach has 2 sofas. One is a jackknife, which is this guy, and on the driver's side, you've got a full pull-out, which is actually an air mattress bed. And so that's the way to achieve sleepability. That's a new word for all of you out there that are counting. That's the way to achieve sleepability in the salon. With 2 slides out, you can sleep on that side and sleep on that side. You could not do 2 full sofas that are pull-outs. It just wouldn't fit. There's not enough room here in the salon floor plan. All right. The two-tone is definitely in. Some people don't like it. I can dig it. You knew that I could. I like how we've got the two-tone even here on the side of the cabinet. You've got this taupe with the off-white, and then of course the countertops to the floor is also a two-tone look. So it really is a cool look in this coach, and it's one of the things that I really like about Coach 1411. So if you look at this L-shaped dinette, and this is something we've shown many times on the show, but I'm going to illustrate it here because somebody called me. It wasn't an email. They called me and asked about how many people can sit in our L-shaped dinette, because they were considering the booth, right? Okay, the booth is also known as the facing dinette. Take a look at how much room can be brought out when you, I'm going to expand this out too, just to show a little bit more of the fabrics that are on this dinette. You can comfortably sit 4 here. I really like how flexible that is to the floor plan. If you need it, it's there. If you don't, you can store it away. That creates more room in the floor plan. Take a look again. Let me see if I can find it. This goes back. And I think it's, I didn't put a tape to it, guys, but I think it's like 13 inches it adds. And then this, excuse me, then this table comes in, which creates more room here in the floor plan. No one really, unless you're a little tiny kid, is going to fit in here. But the reason for it going this far back or recessing that far is so that you've got this much room here in the floor plan that you can have when you're entertaining or when you're not using the galley. Also, when you're entertaining and you've got 6 people in here, this can be set up with snacks. You're watching the game or a race or what have you, or you're just enjoying your day. You can have, you know, food and refreshments right here on the table. People don't have to be sitting here, and you can be using this space over here, all of this space over here, and this pushed back like this. It doesn't get in the way of your galley or salon where Shane and the camera are right now. Very nice. Also, one of the things that when you want a large sofa on the quad slide driver's side, excuse me, passenger side or the patio side, you can have 2 recliners or a large sofa like you see here. However, you have to have a split galley. And a lot of people want to see that illustrated because they don't understand. I was talking with clients a couple weeks ago about what a split galley kind of feels like. Here I am standing in said split galley. So it's not bad. It's a little bit different than people are used to because it is split. The end of the slide out room is right here. So your sink is here. Your surface is over here. Your refrigerator is here. So that is how it's achieved to have, and the trade-off is you get either 2 recliners and occasional table, or you get this large jackknifing sofa on the curbside. And in order to do so, you have to have a split galley. And it's a trade-off. It's just the way it goes. All right. Another thing that I want to talk about this morning is fit and finish. This coach has been in quality control for a couple of weeks. We're waiting on a couple of refrigerators. I'm going to show you that outside. But that's the thing about Marathon. We take our time and make sure that these coaches are ready for delivery. This coach is almost ready for delivery, but the fit and finish has to be right. I have seen time and time again on this production floor that we're standing on inside this coach, I have seen time and time again our team stand up and say, that's not right. That's not Marathon quality. And I really appreciate that about our team here and about our culture here at the mothership in Coburg. We really take the time to get the coach right. And if it's not up to Marathon standards, it's not ready for the customer either. This is a push out. I really like this. Yeah. The dovetail bamboo always stands out to me. I really love that look. You guys know that I do, so we won't spend too much time on that. But our drawers, I feel, are just pretty in themselves. Okay, let's move on. Half bath. Here we are. I'm going to talk about 2 more things back here, maybe more if I just keep rolling. But here's the thing. The bedding is off this, and I wanted to take an opportunity to show you the bed up, the bed down, so that you're not distracted by the bedding or the pillows, so that you can see just how much room is created in this floor plan with the bed up. And then I'll put the bed down right here. You hold the button, and I like how this comes down here. And you see that half headboard? If the bed is down and you want to sit up in the bed, you still can do so with that half bedboard. Also, it doesn't take up all those windows. You still have the natural light coming in through that window, which is very nice. Now I'm going to put the bed up one more time, and you see how much room is here. There's still a lot of room. It's very adequate in the quad slide because you got slide rooms here and here, driver's side, curb side. But if I go up one more time, we are able to create a lot more room in the actual floor of the 2 slides back here. And that's just really nice. You make the bed, you put the bed away, and it's just really nice to come and go. Even if you have people over and you want to show them your coach, which a lot of people like to do, you know, it's really nice to have so much room in here. Very nice. Okay, let's talk about the super bath. In this configuration, normally what we see is the 2 sinks in here on the vanity. Take a look at this. One big sink. That's what they wanted because they wanted deck space, deck space. Love the decor, love the backsplash. You see that backsplash throughout this coach. Good storage above and below. I say that all the time, but I never open these. One of the things that Marathon does right is adjustable shelving on all 3 of these uppers. We've got emergency egress buttons. So if this door is closed in here and we get trapped in here for some reason, if the, you know, for some reason, boom, I hit that, it drops all the air in the coach, the house air. Hit that, all the pocket doors will open. Fantastic. There's also one in showers, closets, all that stuff. Okay. Something simple that could get overlooked is just this recess divot right here. This recess, I'll call it a divot, is in the cabinetry just for cords, cord management. You plug in a cord to a curling iron or a hair dryer or something like that, maybe an electric razor that needs to be plugged in, and you can still shut this because you've got this divot in here through the cabinetry and you can still use it like that. I think that's fantastic. It's a really good way. Or somebody pointed out to me a water pick or an electric toothbrush can be down here on the counter and plugged in here and it can run down here. Very, very nice. Okay, you guys know how I feel about the super bath. I think it's one of the best innovations in the Prevost conversion industry that has been done in the last 10 years. I stick by that because it's a great use of space. It's engineering genius, in my opinion. Beautiful shower in here, and I'm going to show you one of the things that I don't get to show you very often about the super bath. Normally what we see is a closet here, okay? Closet door. As soon as I hit that button, that light goes on. Love those lit hanger bars. Look how bright that is. Isn't that fantastic? But take a look. You've got a glass mirror door here. So we've seen this before, okay? But normally, behind the commode, we see the washer dryer. Now the washer dryer, 90% of the time is installed. In this coach, the customers didn't want a washer dryer in their coach. So they get extra closet space. Look at the size of this closet. Now keep in mind, behind those panels, which are removable, it's pre-plumbed, so someone could put a washer dryer in it, either with the current owners or with the next owners. So it's ready to go. All you'd have to do is buy a washer dryer and have Marathon install them because it's behind those pre-plumbed and ready to go. But I love the fact that you've got this closet behind me and this closet here. And it's kind of a hidden closet. So it's really a cool way to achieve additional storage in this floor plan. Another big thing of mine, sconce lights are cool. Matching sconce lights here and over the bed. Very nice. Let's go outside and I want to show you the last thing in this coach. Coach 1411 quad slide, ready to go. I'm going to avoid this beautiful rug. And you see how that blue, Shane, I don't know if that shows up, there's blue accents in this rug. Our design team should be very, very proud of this. You see that two-tone here. Oh, I got to show you this. Okay, this'll lead us right to the outside. So now I want to talk about listening to the customer a little bit more. The customer says, hey, I want something set up for cocktails. I want something set up for entertaining. How about that? Custom bottle storage right there for your favorite whiskeys or your favorite what have yous. That's a Lebowski-ism, what have you. Custom glassware. Isn't that beautiful? And these are cut correctly for these rocks glasses. I believe that's what these heavy glasses are called, is a rocks glass. But that is, that's just listening to the customer. The customer says, hey, I want this. Let's build it for you. Take a look at this bay. It's unfinished. I'm going to tell you why here in just a second. I'm going to pull this out. This is pretty impressive. So I'm going to pull this thing completely out. While I'm pulling it out, I wanted to mention we got a lot of events coming up. Marathon is so in tune with what's going on in the industry that we go to these events. We go to these events, and you know, the desert is coming up. We've got four events in 1 week in November to kick off the desert. But my man Ryan in Florida, he's been on the road a lot. He was just at Bus and Bikers. Ryan Drenga is now headed to, I think it's called Fairhope, Alabama. There's the Fairhope Motor Coach Park in Fairhope, Alabama. And so Ryan's going to be there in October and November. So if you want to see what's going on with marathons, I know he's going to bring some new coaches, maybe even a pre-owned. Fairhope, Alabama, that RV park, go see my man Ryan up there. That'll be fun. And then I'll be bringing you a show because the sales team from the West Coast, pinpointed by myself and our marketing team, we're headed down in November to the desert. We're going to be at Motor Coach Country Club. We're going to be at Outdoor Resorts India. We're going to be at Desert Shores. And for the first time in many years, we're going to be at Outdoor Resorts Palm Springs, which is a little bit closer to downtown Palm Springs. I think they call it Cat City by nomenclature, but it's really a beautiful, big park. And so I'm so glad that we're getting back into that park. So 4 events in the desert coming up in November that we'll talk about. But if you are anywhere near Alabama, go see my man Ryan at Fairhope. That'll be sweet. Okay, let's get back to this. This is true customization. What the customer wants is what the customer gets. This is a massive area that I believe what they're going to do is they're going to set up this huge, it's a table for entertaining. These are going to be custom refrigerators. They are on order. They're going to be here in about a month. So it's going to take some time to get these in. There's one here, and I think that's the refrigerator. This is the freezer. And I think it's double drawers. Vern, are they double drawers? Boom, yes, okay. So I think it's going to be double drawers on this side for the freezer. This is going to be a refrigerator. And both sides of this has these pop-ups, so you have extra space. I mean, look at how much room is on this solid surface. And what they wanted to do is have a scenario where people can come and they could set their drinks and their food and just kind of lounge around it and talk. And look at that, it's massive. I mean, I don't know, this is 7 feet long. And with this span here, adding of these, drawers here, so you're gonna have a refrigerator, a freezer. You've got these extra wings that come up to add additional space for people. That is a real cool feature. And it's all done right here with this button. It can go back in. That is an example of customization. And I love that Marathon does that. That's what the customer wanted. That's what they're getting. They can't have their fridge yet, obviously. All right, here's another example of that. And this is one of the last things I want to talk about today. The customer wanted, I call that a cow trough. I don't know, you know, cows coming up, horses, you can put some hay in there, whatever. So Vern Huber, our head of quality control, said it's originally was designed for a customer that wanted to put fishing poles in there. And you could see how that works perfect. But because it's just a utilization of space. And what I mean by that is, you've got this slide out tray, but on that wall over there, there's just, it's kind of a dead wall. Unless you want to put stuff in there. You might have to get creative on how to get in there and get it out, but someone's going to figure that out. Bay 2, curbside or patio side. So you got the slide out, you got the horse trough here which is great for storage. And then of course, you've got the TV here, which pulls out and moves over. And that's some of the cooler things about 1411 that we've gone over this morning. Not necessarily a comprehensive tour of this coach, but I wanted to show you some of the things that really stood out to me on this build. Marathon coach, you know, our team here in Coburg, we just continue to build custom coaches, and I really appreciate everybody here that does that. Truly an amazing coach built by a bunch of fellow Oregonians. Be yourself and do good things. Take care of each other. Email me. If you're looking to get into a coach, malw@marathoncoach.com. That is my email. And you know, I really appreciate you guys watching this show. I appreciate Abigail and Shane, excuse me, following me around every single week, doing these shows, supporting the company and supporting the team that makes these amazing coaches. We build them, we sell them, and we service them, and you enjoy them. I was here, now I'm gone.